Hello everyone, just a very brief idea this week. In the beginning of this week's parsha, Moses, in his speech to the Jewish nation, he tells them as they're anticipating entering the land of Israel and going into a battle with the nations there, Kiso mar bilvavcha, when you say and when you feel in your hearts, Rabim hagoyim ha'ela mimeni, that these nations are much larger than we are. How are we going to inherit the land? So says Moshe, Lo sira mehem, you should not be afraid of them. So you should remember what God did for you and what he did to Pharaoh and all of Egypt. And the Sefat Emet asks a very insightful question. He points out, why does Moses have to do the two steps? When you feel, that this nation is too large, how are we going to overcome them? Then you should remember what God did to Pharaoh and in Egypt, that God can take care of you. Why not just cut to the chase? Why not just say, Lo sira mehem, don't be afraid of the other nations, because remember what God did. Why do you have to start with when you feel afraid? Then don't, because remember what God did to Pharaoh. Just cut to the chase. Remember what God did to Pharaoh, everything will be all right. And the Sefat Emet explains that it's important for us as human beings to start with thinking. We have to start by thinking about the issue and realizing the issue is large. This is something that's difficult to overcome, and only then do we think about God. Only after thinking about our inability to cope with the situation, we turn to God and we ask him for help. If we just start with turning to God as a lifeline, so we won't be asking sincerely, we won't really be feeling his hand in the relationship. It's only when we feel the burden, we feel that we're being overcome, we feel that we're up against a challenge, that's when we need to hold strong, remember God, and think about our relationship with him, and realize that it's he who is in control. I wish you all a wonderful Shabbos.